Much better life for me.
What would you invent? Was one of the main things, okay, right now that you would think in today's life that you would be like, that's a good idea that I want to...
Internet.
I think that happened in the 60s.
Dang. MySpace. What it do, y'all? We're back at it again with another podcast episode
9,
7, 6,
5, 4, 3.
Episode 9. I got caught thinking.
It's 305.
Boy, Ocho the video game. with D Daily the man.
Hold up. Mr. 305 for today.
Nickname alert. Nickname alert. New nickname
I
alert.
don't like him.
305 in the house.
Where's 305 come from?
Pitbull.
That's Miami.
Yeah.
Pimple?
That's Miami's
Pitbull.
Oh.
area code, like 214 is Dallas.
But you're not from Miami.
That's. Keep going.
Alright, y'all. We're back at you again. I'm back. Newsflash. They had to let me back in.
With the Waffle House shirt.
Is you roasted? Prisoner 382. But anyways.
Fresh off the Chinese restaurant shift.
Chinese restaurant.
Louis fried rice.
Hey, he's
Some
not
Louis
lying.
fried this rice.
Alright.
Anyways, I'm back. As y'all know, they kicked me out last episode because they were all being girls. We're not going to talk about it.
They
We're
know
not gonna
this.
talk about this. It's been kind of a boring week for me. How have y'all been doing on the weight loss?
Oh,
Did we start?
Yeah.
officially, well, I kind of started with it, kind of.
I'll let y'all have a head start.
Alright. You know, just, well, main thing is stop eating out, because that's like a lot of, where you get a lot of grease and just like a lot of calories, you know.
Unnecessary calories.
Yeah, so just cutting out where at like fast food and eating from home so far. I cut down my meals because I used to eat a lot. Well, I used to order out a lot. That's the main thing. And then eating some fruit here and there.
Your problem was more eating a lot, portion size though, right? Because didn't you only eat like 2 times a day?
No, he would eat like every hour.
Did
Every 2 hours.
Like
You
burgers.
I eat
pasta.
like once a day.
No, I would get like 2. I would eat like 2 big meals. Or like lunchtime and then like dinner time.
And a snack. You skip breakfast.
Yeah.
You drink coffee.
Yeah. Tea was actually...
I heard
I always
she's
start...
been going to the gym.
You going to the gym?
Again?
Somebody lied to me then.
I was going to go to the gym, but it's been going on this week and I haven't been able to.
So you lied to them and they lied to you?
I haven't told anybody.
I the one that said that he was going to the gym.
I haven't even started my workout at all.
He meant he was going to see Jim.
Nah, so for mine, what I've been doing, it's pretty easy so far. I've just been eating a bunch of vegetables for lunch.
No meat at all?
Like
no
what though?
Nah, I cut out carbs and stuff.
Like what are some good vegetables to eat?
Carrots, broccoli.
Hate it.
Those are my main ones.
Yeah. But
You
you
just
take
eat
like
them
a
a lot.
snack, like a bag of broccoli, or
Broccoli,
you sit down
carrots.
and eat like just carrots and broccoli.
I mean with ranch, obviously.
Oh.
Ranch on the side. I take like grapes, oranges. It's been all week.
I hate
Bro,
fruits.
grapes, yeah.
You hate fruits?
I prefer more vegetables and fruit. There's some vegetables that like broccoli I hate, but I'll eat a lot more vegetables. Like I'll eat spinach, kale, asparagus.
Why?
I'll eat squash. I'll eat a bunch of vegetables.
Okay.
You're the weird dude.
But I don't like fruits.
Have you put
Most
that in?
fruits. That's gross. That just makes it sour.
No, you just
Makes it
no.
good,
It
bro.
makes it
Wait,
sour.
like,
I mean, it's
like-
not horrible, but I just don't like it.
So what? You don't like watermelon, pineapple?
Well, so here's the thing. There's some
like
I won't ever go out of my way to eat any fruits.
Peaches.
Part of it is because half of the fruits that you can name, I'm not strongly allergic to, but I'm slightly allergic to. Like peaches,
Yeah.
I can eat like the outside, but once I start getting anywhere near the pit,
Yeah.
then my whole like throat
Closes up?
starts itching.
Oh.
Like I'm like,
That's
like,
tough.
I hate that. Same thing with plums, peaches, green apples, even some types of like oranges, like little tangerines.
So it's just like the soury type thing that kind of makes it. Because I know there's like jicama.
strawberries.
I don't know if you had jicama.
I don't know what that
But it's really it's a fruit.
There's some that don't do it to me at all. Like melon
Some
doesn't do
limon.
it to me at all. and maybe it's the ones that are more acidic.
Yeah, a little more
Melon
acidic,
doesn't
yeah.
do that to me. Watermelon doesn't do that to me. Banana don't do that to me. I be getting down on some banana sometimes.
They go hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You gotta watch how you eat it though. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Just strip the top and
Nah.
strip the
I don't
top.
do that. I like to bite off of it, but I just don't like people seeing me. So I'm like,
It's even more sus.
like those will do that to me. Grapes, if I have enough of them, they'll start itching. But I can do some grapes. I just don't like fruits because half of them give me that allergic reaction, and then the other half I'm just like I'm not a fan of them. I'm just not.
That's tough.
Well,
You
cause
missing out.
fruits you eat it more like a snack or like a appetizer or like
Yeah.
When I eat it, it's a
like
chore.
type of thing. Yeah,
Whenever I do eat it, it's
but
a
like
chore.
vegetables, you eat it with the food, like you put it on your meal and stuff.
Yeah.
like that too. So
I'll saute all kinds of
Yeah.
different bell peppers.
You the weird type,
Yeah,
I'll do
bro.
veggies.
You the weird one.
so you're gonna be good at dieting again.
Somewhat. So my thing is eating out, and I don't have an excuse for it. So
Yeah.
like, just so I can transition into mine. My thing, this week I've done a little bit better. I haven't ate out as much. I still have ate out, but this week since I knew we were gonna weigh ourselves,
Yeah.
I cut out half of instead of eating out, let's say 10 times in a week.
Yeah.
I ate out this week like 4 or 3. And once we hit this hard, then I'll just completely cut out eating out because that's a big thing for me. And the worst part about it for me is, as y'all know, I live with my folks. My mom cooks every day, and sometimes I'm just too hungry before I get home,
Yeah.
and I'll eat something, and then I'll get home and my mom made a hot
dang,
meal, and I'm like, dang, I should have waited.
Yeah.
I
And then you
should've
still
waited.
eating out.
I should have waited.
You still eating out though too?
I mean,
Cause I'm like, cause I understand. I was just thinking, I was like 10 times a week. I was like, dang, that's a lot. But then I started thinking, I was like,
No,
that's how much I
I
do too.
It's a
I
random
just
number.
spit out a random number.
But then I was like, and he's getting home cooked meals too.
What'd he say?
So made that up.
No, but like half the time, like I'll pick at my mom's food and then I won't eat it. Other times I will eat, and I just spit out a number. I don't eat out 10 times a week, but I will. It does get high. Like on bad weeks, if I sit there and look at it, I've probably ate out like 7 times that week.
Yeah.
At least once every day. Sometimes 2 twice a day, and just. Cause I include eating out too, like stopping at a gas station and getting like a taquito or a bag of chips. Like I count that as eating out.
Oh
But
no, yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't do that, but yeah, I guess.
I used to cook a lot. Well, that was mainly when I was living by myself, cause I was just like, But then now, cause I had like bills and stuff, so I was just mainly like focused on me cooking. But then as Sergio moved in with me, it's kind of been like, sometimes he cooks. So I kind
And that's
of,
it.
yeah. Sometimes he cooks, and then I just sometimes we
cook?
just eat
I
out.
cook all the time. You don't do none.
I
You,
used
like,
to
cook?
cook. I used to
I
cook.
cook.
Yeah,
what you make?
Anything I find in the Google recipes. I mean, yeah, really. I mean, and a lot because I have the air fryer and stuff like that. It makes it just super easy to just like.
The air fryer come in clutch.
You got an air fryer?
You
Yeah.
No.
Does
Air
your
fryers
bowl-
go hard, bro.
No.
They kind of do though.
Yeah.
For this whole thing, it's mostly just discipline.
Yeah.
Because before this week, or before I started, I would not eat fruit like that. And this week I had to, and I forgot how good it is.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's smack.
Yeah, like after
Like, I
a
don't know why I
while.
don't be doing this
Yeah,
more
'cause-
often.
Yeah, this week I actually powered myself out. Like I'm gonna eat as much as I can until I weigh myself. Like, cause I'm more or less the skinniest one here, and I kind of wanna
He really is.
not lose. So I know that I'm probably gonna have the least amount of weight to lose. So I kind of wanna gain as much weight as possible, as much poundage.
And just lose it again.
Yeah, and then just lose. But,
Cocaine.
then just do cocaine all at once. But yeah, I mean that's been my routine. Just trying to get fat so that way I can lose it all and be.
So you're working backwards here.
Yeah, for right now, for
Just
until
to
I weigh myself. Yeah.
Just
Oh man.
Have y'all weighed
you decided
yourselves?
on what the winner gets?
Uh,
Eat out wherever they want?
Yeah,
It's good.
but Sergio made a good point. I know he's talking about like the punishment, which at first I was like, that seems kind of dumb.
We got
but
thrown
then-
in there too.
Yeah, but now it's like the person who lost who didn't lose the most weight gets a punishment. I thought it was just for like every loser. I was like, that seems dumb.
No, just the
The
least.
main
Yeah,
yeah.
so that way we actually have a loser. That way that
Someone
everybody
tries.
tries.
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
tries. Yeah, because if we have only a winner, then everybody's gonna be like, oh, I was gonna lose anyways. I would not even try.
So ghost pepper?
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. I do have an extra because I tried one about we talked about it in the podcast, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of.
You
But
tried
we
one?
chip.
Yeah.
He tried
Oh,
A
the
chip.
chip.
Yeah, I tried the chip, but it would be because that chip was hot. Like it was
You ate the whole chip?
hot. Yeah, I ate the whole chip, but it was like I think like it's from the moment it touches your tongue, like it starts like it's already burning, like instant burning, and then it just like goes from there.
I think the trick is to just like bite it once or twice real quick and just swallow the whole thing.
Bro. Have fun with that.
Yeah, because it's still burn like that. Then that will burn like your whole.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah,
it comes
cut
out,
Yeah,
it's gonna burn.
But that's you gotta keep it in your mouth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the chip or
We could do a chip for the punishment.
Have y'all weighed yourselves?
No, we could do the pepper for the punishment.
the actual pepper?
Yeah, I think that'd be hotter.
Carolina Reaper?
Yeah. We get it.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. He's still standing after the chip, so
They were expecting me to die.
I think that.
Did it mess you up, like in the
we
toilet?
could try that.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he's real, like real weak.
I don't eat that spicy. I don't eat
Yeah,
that much
so he's
spicy
not
food.
good with spice. I know Caesar is, so I know if Daniel's not,
I'm
and he
baby
could
nuts.
take it, Caesar's probably gonna be able to take it a little bit.
Hey, bro, I've ate some hot stuff before. I can't handle that thing. No,
How do you
I don't
know?
think I can.
I like
How do you
some.
know?
Bro, have you ever gone to Mexico and ate those small?
yeah.
I ate the Carolina pepper chip.
So, what does that do me?
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
making points.
Yeah.
He's making points.
They're the ones, but they're the ones that the Mexicans just like tossing them out.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Super.
that's spicy. I
It's
Oh,
agree
the
with
little
that.
green ones?
Yeah.
They're like little pellets.
They're like, aren't there like tree something or something tree?
I
Peppers?
think, I have no idea.
Oh yeah, chile that one.
I'm gonna tell you right
Yeah.
now though, like if we do a Carolina Reaper with actual pepper or even like a ghost pepper,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hot than a mother.
We
But
go
then,
there,
especially that
have you ever bit into like a habanero? Habaneros are already,
Dude, I get
Bussin'.
But then
like
if
it'll
we,
mess up your whole meal.
if we actually do the pepper, we can just do one bite, or just you can take as much as you can take. But if we do the chip, then you're gonna have to eat the whole chip.
Yeah.
And like I said, if Daniel was still standing after that, then Caesar's
I will say this. I was.
Why
very
me,
dis-
bro? Y'all think I'm
you're
loose?
super.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
Well, he has shown that he's already dieting. He's already he hasn't gone to the gym though.
I think I'm scared for me, to be honest. Now that I think about it, I'm like freaking out. So that's why I'm trying to gain as much weight.
Not gonna lie, Thursday I almost quit.
Already?
Yeah, cause at my job they brought some food. It was pizzas, and I was like, oh my goodness, bro. I'm about to risk it all.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for your diet? Like
This is what I'm doing.
just pure vegetables. Just
the vegan diet.
Starve myself to a point.
That vegan diet go
It's
hard
healthy.
though.
I'm just gonna meal prep and try to throw in like intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I've done
The
that.
thing I'm gonna struggle with more is, I mean, if I take it seriously, the thing I'm gonna struggle with more is gym.
Makes sense.
My big thing is being forgiving on myself. Cause like if I mess up, like I'll hit it hard.
Yeah.
Meal prep, intermittent fast. I'll go to the gym every day. Sometimes miss a day or miss a day here. But as soon as I mess up, like I don't go to the gym for 2 days, and I go and get a 20-piece nugget, I'll be like, no, messed it all up. That's it.
But then you know go back to it.
Then I just go back to it because I'm like, because it felt good, and I'm like, it's just felt right.
this is what I should be doing in my life.
Yeah, I just give up. I like that. I like
Satisfaction.
staying committed.
Well, because chicken is supposed to be healthy.
I'm
so
not a big
grilled
chicken
chicken.
fan, and we're gonna talk
But
about
yeah,
chicken.
that's what I'm saying. Like I was gonna bring it up now is what's your favorite part of the chicken that you can tolerate or eat?
Chicken wing. You don't like Wingstop?
So okay, we'll start with Sergio and then go to this.
I eat all the chicken.
Just rank your chicken.
I eat all the chicken.
What's your
but
favorite piece of chicken?
Starting with the drum.
Your drumstick's number one?
What was the easiest to eat? That's the thing.
Are you 6?
A little bit.
It was wrong with drumstick,
600.
though.
Well, I mean, that's just the easiest to eat. That's the thing. And then the wing, like right after. Whenever I eat Wingstop, I'd rather eat the wing, but the drum is just a lot easier to just dip it. Even though you just split it in half.
I can't believe
think-
drum's number one for you.
I was
Like flats? Oh wait, what that one?
Wings.
Yeah.
So flats, yeah, the wing.
Oh, yeah.
The drum and the wing. And
The
then
wing expert.
What
Oh,
other
no,
one?
we're talking
The
about-
thigh.
The thigh and the breast.
The breast. I would say the breast and then the thigh.
The thighs last?
Yeah.
The breast is
Which
third.
was the thigh?
The,
though?
no,
the
no,
thighs.
no, the breast.
The thigh is the little part that's connected to the drum.
It's
when
like
you-
the
when
thigh and the little drum thing,
like
like
this?
the big old thigh.
Like the drum is there, and then the thigh is like that square
Like the
piece.
ones that you get from
the
Wing
juicy
Bucket,
part,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
The
I mean,
juicy
we-
part.
No,
not that.
Wing
That's the
bucket, they don't
wing.
give you thigh. That's all.
That's
That's
what
an
I'm asking.
entire wing.
Okay. So it's not that, right?
No,
okay.
the thigh is like that square piece. It's the second biggest piece. Like when you get a bucket of fried chicken, the big piece is the breast. That's like that half the breast.
Yeah.
And then the second biggest piece is that square one. That's the thigh. That's usually very crunchy.
Oh,
And then
okay.
inside
Just
is
pure
real
like
juicy.
Bro, what the heck?
like skin type of thing. No,
It's like
a lot of
that.
skin on the outside.
that's the thigh.
No,
That's the wing.
that's a
bro.
chicken
That's
leg.
a wing.
That's a wing.
Yeah, that's a wing.
It's right there. It's a wing.
Look.
That's a wing. That's an
I
entire
thought,
wing.
I thought you could. Yeah, okay, yeah, because that's a drum and that's the flat.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wing.
That's his wing right there.
And then they cut off the little excess thing because that's really just cartilage.
Yeah.
I messed up. It says wing right
That's
there.
not-
That's a neck.
That's not a...
What's a thigh?
A thigh.
Cause I don't know. I mean,
I haven't really thought about it.
Hey, bro, I know you eat pollo regio.
but
They
that's
have
the
thighs
thing.
there.
I
Yeah, they
eat
have
all
the thigh.
chicken.
Yeah, they have the
they'll-
whole chicken.
Yeah, the thighs at pollo regular were like tiny. They're so small compared to what like an actual thigh is supposed to look
Cause
like. That's
they
the
have
thigh.
Chuga.
It's that square piece. It's not dry like the breast.
Yeah.
Nah, but you
Well,
guys
it's
breast.
juice
See,
like
oh,
the
yeah.
breast,
Uh-huh.
It doesn't. It's not as big or dry as the breast. That's what it looks like.
Can't
So show
believe
me
you
the
don't
breast
know.
now. Show me the comparison.
The
Do you
thigh
have-
has two bones. It's that one little stick bone, and then the weird like oval type bone.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's-
yeah.
that's-
this ain't a breast?
No, the breast is the dry part, bro.
Yeah, breast is a dry. There's two types of. There's just like fillet chicken breasts that have no bone, and then there's a big actual like breast that's got the rib cage on
Chicken
it.
thigh is nice.
Chicken thighs is last.
Oh my god.
I'm bad.
Clearly. You go first, man.
Okay, let me go.
Let's see.
So, okay, I'll tell you my top two, and then I'll tell you why.
Top two?
I'll tell you my top two, and then I'll tell you why. Number one, thigh. I love the thigh. That little part that rips off, that like long piece that rips off, and then the back, where it's got the little, I think it's like a kidney. It's like a little.
Oh, I know what you're talking
piece.
about.
You like dig in there to get that little.
But ever since you told me about that, I've started doing that. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
slaps,
You put me
don't
on that. Yeah,
It's just got like a weird. Like,
I don't know what
taste
y'all
that's like-
thought.
It's good.
I remember eating chicken with him and be like,
Yeah,
you
you
good. I'm like, dog.
You be missing it. I'm like, what the heck?
I'm thinking it out.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that part. Okay, so thigh and then wing. But this is the reason why I don't put wing number one. I love wings. I freaking love wings. Wings is one of those things that I'll crave. Like I'll be like, man, I want to get some wings.
Yeah.
Other than pizza, I'll crave wings. But when I think of chicken, and this might be weird, whenever I think of chicken,
Yeah.
I never think about the wing.
No.
Like
think of thigh.
I'll never
Well,
think.
that's
You
the
know
main
what?
thing, yeah.
You know what? I'm craving chicken. Let me go get wings. I'll never think that. Whenever I'm like I'm craving chicken,
You think
I'll think let me go
like-
get some fried chicken, a little two piece, the drumstick and the thigh. And whenever I think I'm craving wings, I won't want chicken.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
weird because I know the wing is chicken.
Yeah, there's
Well,
still chicken.
Because
but it
to
just
me,
feels
yeah,
different.
whenever I hear wings, I hear like Wingstop wings, like small wings, like wings that you like hand wings.
Yeah,
But then
the
whenever
wings.
when I hear chicken, I think of like the long drumstick,
Yeah.
long like
Yeah.
big chicken type
Yeah,
of thing.
but
So-
it's the same wing.
But yeah,
It's the same
yeah,
wing. So if it wasn't for the fact that I'm thinking chicken, I'd put wing number one. But because whenever I think chicken, I just don't think of wings. It's weird. I'll put it number two. So I'll put thigh number one, wing number two, breast number three.
That's right.
Because for one, I hate fried chicken breast. But whenever I'm dieting or anything, chicken fillet, chicken breast fillets, and not only that, but I mean when you think of like chicken Alfredo and stuff, that's breast.
breast, yeah,
That's
that's
breast
right.
cut up.
Yeah.
And you know you
Wait,
can saute it and put that.
So you
in
put
chicken.
drum last?
I put drum. Drum is gross.
Drum,
Who's gonna tell him, bro?
Gross. For one, I associate drums with kids. For two, they have like a lot of like little cartilage. You know that little
Bro,
cartilage that's on every
Yeah, bite out,
drumstick?
yeah.
Yeah, that little like cartilage
Yeah.
stick piece. That thing is.
Yeah, but that's
thing
why.
is gross. That thing is, and then the bottom of it is like
Yeah.
really like skinny and cartilagey.
Bro, just get out, bro.
Heck no.
Just get out.
That's the best
I mean,
part.
guess what you get from the
No,
wing though,
exo,
too.
in my opinion, not really. It doesn't have that.
No, yeah, that
cartilage.
the drumstick go hard. I don't
The
know,
drumstick, the cartilage is crunchy hard. In wings, it's not like that. You're talking about like the cartilage that's on the top.
Yeah.
It's like built
Yeah,
like a
the
little
one-
circle
the
or
one
square.
that you bite
No, I'm
at the
talking
end,
about
yeah.
like the cartilage that's hanging off of the little
I know what you
drum.
mean. That little bone,
That little.
extra bone.
It's not even a bone, but it's
It's a bone.
cartilage.
Like
'Cause,
white-
you
Oh,
can eat
yeah.
it and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it's cartilage.
plasticky rubber.
Yeah.
and,
Oh,
like,
I never ate it. I ain't
Oh,
crazy.
That thing was
I use that
what
as a
you said,
toothpick.
but yeah, I don't need
That
it.
thing was gross.
Take it out.
The drum is only good for like 2
No,
bites.
you don't.
The
The
drum
what?
is only good for like
It
2 bites.
works with chicken.
The what?
Chicken gets in your teeth and you rip that out and then just.
You down bad, bro.
Bro, you wildin'.
Yeah, y'all missed
I
out.
get it.
Alright,
Just
so
buy some
anyway, my
toothpicks.
It's bone. It's
Okay, go ahead. Just-
alright. So anyway, my first it'll be wings. I love me some chicken wings.
Nah.
Some wings, and then it's gonna be drums,
Gross.
thighs, and then breast at the end because it's dry. I don't like dry meat.
I just like the breast because it has a lot more meat.
It's so dry.
Yeah,
Breast is
but
what
it's
you
just
breast is
dry.
what you used to saute and like most of the time you put chicken on the plate.
I
Or in
know.
a plate, it's always breast.
Like shredded
No,
chicken, that's
yeah,
breast.
shredded chicken is breast.
I don't like.
Yeah, but it's different.
dry.
It's just
You
different.
don't like chicken Alfredo?
Yeah,
You don't like chicken enchiladas?
I don't.
Breast.
In a chicken,
Breast.
if I had to, yeah,
Breast.
No, we're talking about
Either
chicken by itself, not mixed with like.
yeah.
No,
Alfredo.
but I mean, it's
If I had to choose my favorite part from a chicken,
Just hey, bro, we bringing the
breast is
chicken.
last.
Grab your piece.
It's dry.
I mean,
Well, what
really?
kind of chicken?
If I let's
Is it
say
Any
roasted,
regular chicken,
fried?
bro. Any
What do you mean?
chicken from Walmart.
Okay, that's all
Fried.
roasted.
rotisserie chicken.
That's a kind of chicken.
Yeah.
But it's just the regular chicken.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
What's a regular chicken?
Regular chicken will be like
He thinks the
just
bucket.
entire
Oh.
chicken boiled.
Cut up already or what?
Well, there's always
chicken.
different ways to make it. That's why I'm saying it's valid to include like what it's used for. Cause like wings, whenever they bring you a chicken, you're not gonna get like the wing, and it's not gonna taste like a wing. Cause you're gonna get that whole big wing, and even if you rip it apart, you know it's not gonna taste the same as a wing.
I know the best part of the chicken, that the skin.
Oh my god, that skin be.
You're fat.
Skinny's one in here.
That's why I'm trying to lose weight, bro.
Hey.
On fried chicken. Oh, that's the only thing I like about the breast.
Because I was thinking the first
That's
piece
the
that you
best
would go
piece.
to for that, if they bring that chicken, the first piece that you would go for is
Thing is-
skin,
Especially
bro.
from KFC. I don't like the crunchiness from Popeyes.
Biscuits from churches though.
Spicy Popeye chicken. Biscuits from Turkey.
I don't like
They're kind of like glazed. Like,
Yeah.
I hate that I know all
I don't
this
like
stuff.
biscuits. I don't like
Because you
biscuits.
fat.
Yeah, I've been knowing all this stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need to be chicken like that.
Chicks, biscuits.
The only chicken I like is from Pollo Regio. Because
That's a small chicken.
it's wet.
I hate it because it's small.
It's wet and they got the beans and rice.
That's the thing I don't like it.
I hate it because it's small.
So
Like,
wet,
one
bro.
person, if you're really hungry, you could probably down a whole.
Like the
chicken.
bag is all
Pollo
wet, bro?
Regio,
Yeah.
It's small.
Well, I think you'd be good with half a chicken.
You be good, but if you're really a
That's
person
a
that's
good
really
chicken,
hungry, you
though.
can eat a whole, and you can't do that with like a whole Walmart chicken. I hope you can't do that. With
I can. Oh,
That's
yo.
gross. Walmart chicken's gross too, bro. I hate grocery
It's
store
greasy,
chicken.
like,
Yeah, like the bottom of it is all like the skin is all red and white.
That's why you don't go all the way through, bro.
That boy
Nah, I don't know. I like it.
It seems too undercooked for me.
It's food, bro. It's processed food. That's all we can say.
That's why I don't like getting out. That's one of the main things from dieting is stop eating out because all that processed food.
Walmart chicken is just like a big pigeon.
Yeah.
They cut
There you got
Man,
him.
it's a good tasting pigeon, dude.
That's where the pigeons go though in the winter.
They got the thing in the parking lot.
seagull.
Oh,
That was where he take it.
Alright, well, what's yours? Like, how do you rank yours?
Flats count, right?
Flats is a part
It's
of the
a
wing.
wing.
It's part of the wing. That's what I'm saying. When I think
Flats.
of wings, I don't think of it like that.
Drums,
No.
thigh,
Call it a wing.
breasts. Breast is trash.
Needs boneless wings.
You eat boneless wings? You close the fridge with your hip?
He gets boneless wings and he gets
Bro, y'all gotta stop believing everything he tells y'all, bro.
He gets a Blu-ray and just dips it
Boneless
in
wings?
My man's be lying on my name every time. Every time. And they believe it somehow.
Like dudes that eat boneless wings close the fridge with their hip.
I think I did hear that. He doesn't eat the drum part of the wings. Why don't you eat
Oh.
that?
What'd I say?
Do you?
I say flats, drums,
Drums is a drumstick and a drum of a wing is different.
Yeah.
drumstick. thought it was the same thing.
Nah, a drumstick is a big old
Like,
drum part of a wing. Or drum part of a wing is a
Well,
small
they a turkey
drumstick.
leg?
Isn't it the same thing
Turkey
though?
legs are gross. They're filled with cartilage too. They got all those bones sticking out.
That's your problem?
Smack, though.
How's that my
His problem is
You
the
can't-
thing has too many bones on it.
problem?
But when you
out.
bite into that thing
Turkey
smack.
leg. Some barbecue sauce in that thing. Oh, what are we gonna? Oh, they said they're gonna open up the Texas Fair, right? This year.
Are they?
Yeah.
I heard last year they did a drive-through.
Yeah, I didn't go through it,
My
but
supervisor went and said it was stupid. I think you had to pay for like $50 or $70
for the drive.
to literally like just drive through the Texas Fair and then they like throw you a plate of food
That
and
sucks.
dip.
That sucks. Nah, but that turkey leg from the fair.
They ripped them
lemonade,
off, bro. Whoever went, I'm sorry. It kind of
funnel cake. We need to go.
That's
back.
disgusting.
When's the
Funnel
last time
cake
you went to
is
the fair?
disgusting.
2 years ago.
Y'all both went?
We went 2 years ago.
I think the last
With
time I went
Josh?
was with Surgeons. I want to say that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
I think we went 2 years ago.
I think we went with Josh. Right?
Yeah.
We went-
Yeah. We got on the what's it called the
Ferris wheel.
the Ferris wheel, and we got with some little kids, and they were like scared, bro. One of them was like hyperventilating. He was like, and then they kept making fun of him. They were like, "Oh, it's moving." And I was like, "Bro, stop!" The little kid's like, 9.
Bro, he didn't die.
He was
He's
like
good.
9. And he's like hyperventilating. He's like grabbing on. And
That
like,
builds character.
and
He
they-
doesn't know.
They go with him when you top of the Ferris wheel. They're moving like.
Do you think it does? Do you think like he'll be over it?
I'm scared of heights.
I'm scared of heights, and I had a bad experience with a roller coaster when I was young. And I think that's why. The only roller coaster now I get on is the little caterpillar one.
Well, that's the
And that
thing.
little dip be hitting, bro.
Well, that's the thing is like, since you guys are scared because you had bad experiences, why are you scared of someone else?
Why would
Or
I
that
say
he
something?
can have.
I
Well, I'm talking
wouldn't.
about him.
I
Like I'm talking
wouldn't.
about like with the kid that we were at the Ferris
Well,
wheel.
I'm scared of heights, which mean I was moving the thing. You see
They
how
were
the eyes
they were
on my name,
they
bro?
were like looked
You
down
don't
like
even
that, and
know.
the little kid was like scared, and they were like pressuring to do it. I was like, bro, stop. Like,
I'm sure I was
you
more
know?
scared than the kid was. I can't do heights. You know the normal Ferris wheels? I can't do that. I tried it once. I can't.
But I have to like, I can't look down. I can do it. Like I'll still feel scared, but if I focus on like looking up and don't talk to me, who'll be sitting on the Ferris wheel?
The boys are like,
Everybody not gonna talk to me now. What? Because I feel like if you talk to me, you're gonna try to get me to look down. I'm gonna get scared. The same thing. It's the same thing with the swing. Like the one, it doesn't go too high, but it kind of goes a little high. I have to be looking up.
Oh, that's
doing
right.
the whole.
I hate looking up though, like especially going up on the roller coaster when it starts up.
And
I
it goes-
hate looking up because I feel like it's never ending into it. Like, oh
I
god.
do too.
But I rather look down than go look up.
I look down. I'm like,
Well, no, I look down to my feet actually. I'm like.
I can't do roller coasters.
I can't do roller coasters at all.
After a while, after the first drop, I'm okay with. But
Yeah.
is that
I
that
can't
first
breathe
drop?
when it drops,
Yeah.
and then after that I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Titan. There's that Titan like that. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's just the way up on mine.
The way up is looking around because it goes really slow, so it gives you time like
To
what,
think
what,
about what's
what,
going
what am
on.
I doing here?
Like you guys been on the Superman one? That one like literally just goes up and down.
Haven't been on
I
any
think-
of
Yeah,
those.
that
Last
one.
time I did, I was a
That
kid,
was a long time ago.
and I like almost passed out on that one. So that's ever since then. I read every other one, but not that one. I just had a bad experience.
Yeah, bro, I can't even get on top of my roof. That's how scared I am.
I
Like if I
can't.
get on top, I'm like shaking.
I can, but
do
if I
it.
get anywhere near the edge, I'm like,
Nope.
and I'll still be scared. Like even in the middle, I'll still be a little scared because I know I'm high, but I'll just like man up a little bit.
After a little bit,
My jaw
I do get some
tightens.
confidence in myself on the roof, but it's only if I'm like working on the roof.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I can't.
You
Just
gotta be
stand up there.
concentrated on doing something.
Yeah,
else.
something
Yeah.
else instead of, oh, the floor is like
I do-
14, 17 feet for me.
I do get scared of being on the roof though. When we were kids, well, we lived back in Mexico. It was rainy one night, and they were fixing something on the roof, and this guy he slipped, and he like on the fence, the thing went inside like his leg, and ever since then I was like, I'm never like, I'm staying away from like the edges of the roof just because. I know it was raining and like maybe he slipped with her, but
Bro,
I was like, God, just like seeing him fall into that thing.
man, speaking of heights and freaking death, you said that guy died?
No, no, he got stabbed in the leg, like in the thigh.
Did y'all see that the students protesting in Bolivia? The video?
No.
So, I didn't read up on it too much, But basically, there was like a protest or an assembly inside, like somewhere in Bolivia, in a university. And I think they closed the door because it got full, or they weren't gonna let certain people in or a certain amount. And there was a lot of people outside. And this was on the 4th floor.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were outside. Like it was packed outside, and it was a balcony. It was like one of those 4th floors that's like each floor. There's like a big hole going down.
Oh yeah, I've seen that video.
And there's like a metal railing going around the middle of each floor.
Yeah.
And they're packed on the 4th floor. They're packed. Like it's a bunch of them. And it's in Bolivia, so it's not a third world country, but
It's developing, yeah.
they're still pretty far off.
Yeah.
But they're all packed and they're near the railing, and they put enough weight on it to where it breaks.
So like 2 girls start fighting. They start like
They start like doing it.
stabbing each other.
They start like. I mean, you don't know if they're really like fighting or if they might just be goofing around.
And
But
then
it looked
blink.
a little bit like they were like, "Hey, stop being stupid" or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, they put enough weight on the railing to where the railing snapped, and I want to say it was like 6 of them.
5 or 6 bodies.
Yeah,
Damn.
I want to know it was. I think it was 6 confirmed deaths for sure, but it was like 6 or 7. Well, every single one that dropped fell.
Yeah.
I mean, every single one that dropped died.
Fell, yeah.
Yeah, and boy, it was a handful of them. They just fall off and they record them, and like they catch a glimpse of them on the way down, and you see like the bodies, like rag dolls, kind of like flipping and hitting like the sides.
How long ago was this?
This happened not long ago. This happened like at the max a week ago.
Yeah, because I remember seeing like a couple of those too, but it was like, you see those stadiums, like people cheer up or whatever, or like you see something happening and they're like, everybody stands up and literally just everything just tumbles down.
Whole stadium collapse.
It's like, dang.
No, but this one was bad, bro. Because it was just like, it was literally like 5 or 6 bodies, and you see them like rag dolls falling, and they hit the ground, and they're
not even
yeah,
moving.
they died. They died as soon as they hit. The worst part is there's one that zoomed in and caught it. There was a kid that he was wearing a blue sweatshirt. I'm not sure if you saw it. And he was like on the edge, and he was gonna make it, but one of the people falling out of desperation like, grabbed on him. Oh, and he fell. And there was another girl that was like literally like she had basically fallen off.
Halfway.
And like 2 or 3 of them had grabbed her, and she was basically off, bro. And they ended up pulling her back. I know she's traumatized. I know everybody there is traumatized, but
I'm low-key traumatized,
imagine, bro, being
That's
caught.
Scary.
And like after the fact, like they say, everybody that fell died.
Yeah.
Imagine that being your last moment though. You're just chilling and bah, and that's all you.
No,
that's
the last moment is you falling.
I think you remember you like touching the ground.
I wonder what goes through your head, man. Like,
Trying to grab some.
A 4-story fall probably is like 2-3 seconds max. But imagine for that second you're thinking like, are you scared that you're falling? Does the thought go through your head? This is like, because you know it's falling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to die.
Yeah, because we did that free fall. How much is that? Like 100 feet or something?
That was a couple stories.
Yeah, so that was like a couple stories high, and it was a free fall. And my brother used to work there.
I did it too.
He used to work there, and you know how he pranked you. Like he would say something to distract you, and then just drop you.
Yeah.
And to me, he was just like, I forgot what he told me, but he distracted me.
Like once you're down to like you can do whatever you're down. Or something.
Yeah, he's just like, oh no, you gotta come back up. I don't know what the heck he said, but then he drops you and then you fall. So you fall for that 2-3 seconds or whatever. Maybe it's only like half a second or whatever. But in that second, you're thinking, your mind's running. And when I was running, because he distracted me, so I wasn't even thinking about falling. But then I realized I was falling, and I was like, oh crap, I'm screwed. This is it. Like I'm done. And those thoughts came into my mind, like,
but I feel like
I'm done. That's it.
I feel like in that situation, it's a bit more different because there's something holding you up.
Yeah.
With this kid,
when you free fall, you're let go of all wires. It's literally just you're not attached to anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
prepared to
the free fall.
But you're prepared to fall.
The weird thing about that is we can go do that right now. I wasn't scared at all with that one. And maybe it was because I was looking up and I kept my eyes open the whole time. Like you feel like that.
Yeah.
But that's it. And that wasn't bad at all for me. Like at no moment was I like scared or anything. I was more scared of the what was it?
Slingshot.
No, but I think like you still had the time
skyscraper.
to think, right? Like your mind was still moving or not?
I still, but that wasn't like I didn't feel like I was almost scared at all with that one. But I do know like it affects people differently. I guess like it just works.
I remember whenever we did fall, it took a minute because I remember I was like, oh crap, we're falling.
Yeah, it took a little.
Yeah, I was like, and then it's like, it's not ending, bro. And that's what I hit the.
Yeah, as soon as you start thinking it's not gonna end,
Yeah.
you hit it.
Yeah, this is not ending. It's like.
I remember what Jonathan did to me on that one because I was like hanging from it, and he was like, you know, I was scared of heights, and he was like, it's cool, bro, it's cool, bro. You want me to give you a countdown? And I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, how much? 3. You want me to count up or down? And as soon as I said it, like, I went down. He let me go.
Poor choice of words right there.
I think I did that too. I was like, oh. I got the video. No, but after there was like some report people died. I think it was Six Flags. The lady that was on the roller coaster that died on the
Time, I think was called.
Texas Giant. That also kind of like.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the wooden one, right? The one made of wood.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it just
No.
And like the first.
That thing was made of wood. What?
And it would wobble and it'd be like creak. And I think back then the seats wouldn't even go all the way down. So I think that's what happened. And she was like big weight or something. It just
Slipped.
It's the highest drop, so I'm guessing that drop.
I think it was in the churn, and she just flew out of that thing.
Oh my god. Have y'all seen that Final Destination movie where they showed that one? That was one of the deaths on one of them. I think like the third one, and like it showed like the dude fly off and like he's hitting like all like the metal.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god, that's sickening, bro.
Yeah.
That thing is sickening.
That movie was good though.
I like.
You a psychopath, bro.
I like Final
Fucking
Destination.
behind you.
I think I only watched like one or two. And
Bro, I was like, oh my god. What's that?
What are you talking about?
Final Destination 3? Oh, that's Final Destinations.
I like all that. I like all three of them.
Yeah.
I think all three of them were good.
There was more though, weren't they?
I think they got to 4 or 5.
But that's still doing good.
The 3.
Third one was.
I think they just got
Classic
real
ones.
gory. Real gory.
And they
Third
were
one was a
scary,
little
too.
closer.
The third one too, they had the chick with the tanning thing too.
Or they
Yeah.
get burned in
They were
there?
tan-
And
yeah,
they
they-
locked in the door.
And they were both burnt. Ah.
You know which one was the worst one? And I only saw a clip of it. I think it was in 4 or 5. But they were somebody was doing gymnastics.
The water pool. The
A chick
pool
was
one?
doing gymnastics and she
Oh.
was like flipping on the pole. And in one of them, like something happens, she slips or like it hits her and she lets go and she goes up in the air and she falls like on her like on this part on her chest, but the legs go up and like.
Yeah.
And like you just see it like splat on the mat like.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's what I like the movies because like they make it to where those accidents like they're the realistic accidents like
Yeah.
they're the things that can actually happen. So it's like
That's what
seeing that, yeah. And so it's like watching it, it's like, oh crap. It makes you really aware of everything.
Oh my god.
To be
And then
careful.
the Asian guy.
the Asian guy that always dies first in the movie.
Speaking of Asian
Like-
guys.
I don't know what to say about Asian guys.
transition. A plus.
I don't know what those Asian guys.
You know what
That
the-
was an Asian guy.
Hey.
That's a horrible one. That's
Oh,
horrible.
that Asian guy. He was moving for that one. But on this
Go ahead.
slightly a serious note, there's been a lot of counts as of late this last year with Asian discrimination and Asian racism. And I'm not gonna lie, when they brought it up, I was kind of like, well, that makes sense. Because the coronavirus came from China.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people being racist against Chinese people.
Trump.
But
The Chinese virus.
Trump, the China
The
virus.
virus. Blame China.
Yeah, and I think that had a big part to play in it too. But the reason I had heard about it and read up was I know you guys don't watch basketball, but y'all might know Jeremy Lin.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
He played Houston?
They-
Or he used to play Houston?
No.
but Jeremy Lin was like on an interview and they were talking about they were just asking him random questions and I guess they asked him about trash talk and he's like literally not like just these last few practices or games there'll be players on the court calling me coronavirus and I laughed. When he said it like serious, like it was a real issue. But I was like,
They call it coronavirus.
no. But the reason I laughed is because I've played sports, and that's what they do, bro. On the field, on the court,
They
yeah,
try to
you
get
trash
your
talk.
head, bro.
Yeah, they're trying to
Yeah.
get your head. And I'm not saying that it's okay, but I mean,
Part of
it
it.
just it happens. It happens. They'll say some really bad stuff. Luka, the God, where is he from? Slovenia. The guy that plays for Dallas, like the new star.
Yeah.
Literally, I saw a playoff game last year where Montrezl Harrell, which was a guy that plays for the Clippers. He had scored on him or something, and they had been mouthing off all game. And he like backs up and he calls him a BA white boy. Like he's like backing up, and you see it on the camera. He's like BA white boy, and it's like.
Yeah, like
they kind of made a little bit of a deal with it. Montrez apologized, and then they just let it blow.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I mean, I just feel like it is what it is, bro. They're on the court. They're in the middle of, only if you play competitive sports and you're a competitive person.
You hear it every time.
You understand. Like it happens. Now, if it's like constant, if that player is constantly
picking at that
person for a specific thing, then it becomes like
an issue.
Okay, like I feel like it becomes a
What's the motive?
Yeah.
Other than competitive.
Yeah. But anyways, Jeremy Lin had brought it up, and then I looked it up, and there were like some cases of there was an Asian guy, like an 87-year-old Asian guy in Los Angeles, I think Oakland, and like you see it on video, like some guy runs up on him and literally just tackles him, bro, like boom, and throws him on the ground. That guy died.
Random guy?
Yeah, random guy died. Okay. And like they labeled it was a hate crime. Yeah, like because he ran up on an old Asian guy that's literally just walking, and he like tackles and crap at him. The Asian dude goes flying into the ground, and they said, he ended up dying later. There's another one like in New York, like an Asian, old 90-year-old Asian dude like walking out, and like some dude just kind of like walks by him, like sees him, and then just like shoves him really hard. And you've seen old people fall.
Yeah.
Like they're not reacting to try and like catch themselves. They just
The
dude fell, and it looked like he hit the
they're
ground
fragile
hard.
too, bro. They can break his hip, bro.
I don't think he died, but he had some injuries. Dude, Brooklyn died though, and I looked it up, and it was like they were like the numbers had spiked. There was a lot more Asian discrimination, Asian crimes against Asians, and then a lot of people were talking about it. But I wanted to get like y'all's thoughts on it real quick. Like my thoughts are, man, it's messed up. It sucks, and when it gets to a point where you're like assaulting or discriminating in that sense, like I feel like there's an issue. But I also felt like when I saw that, not to make an excuse for it, but I felt like, man, racism is just, it's around, bro. It goes with everybody. I think like when it gets to the point, like how it's gotten with Asians, how it's been, and it's even worse with black people, I think that is a huge issue. But I also feel like because a lot of people are snowflakes nowadays, they water everything down. Oh, now you're being transphobic. You're being racist against Hispanics. You're being racist against whites. You're being racist against this. It's like, hey, there's gonna be some of that forever. Yeah. There's gonna be some sprinkles of racism against everything forever. Yeah. But I think it's about addressing the serious ones.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just the media trying to get more, attention, more clicks and likes, making it a big deal out of something. Because I mean, that is trash talk. I mean, I feel. But I also do know there's like a bunch of there's discrimination, especially now after like the virus towards Asians and like more hate directed at them. But I mean,
have you seen? It's mostly always about blacks, Asians, Hispanics, not the white people.
It's them crackers.
And I'll be honest, there's like there is some cases of like racism against white people, but I don't know if it's like what's weird is I wouldn't call it racism. I'd call it like
being real.
I guess. Yeah, but like growing up in school and me like kind of I went to a lot of different schools. There were occasions where I would saw certain white people get bullied, and a lot of times they didn't do anything wrong. But they would get bullied, or they'd be real scared in certain situations, and I would just be like, "Hey, that's tough."
Because they were white, or because they were very white.
That brings up a good point. Are they being bullied because they're nerds, or are they being bullied because they're white?
I think most of the time it's because those people that I've seen get bullied are usually a little more quiet. Some of them are they act a little.
But I've
weird.
also seen like Asian kids get bullied.
What kids?
Like little Asian kids get bullied
I've
too.
seen Hispanics get bullied.
Everybody.
I've seen everybody get bullied.
I've been bullied.
That's what I think. It's like everybody, because we just. I don't know. We just all gotta do better as a society against Asians.
As parents.
But they're also racist too. I mean, I've always seen like they kind of like how like those microaggressions. That's all. Like I'm not rating. It's not a scale, but like if I had to put like the racist scale would be like white, and then the Asians would be like in the second, like for races.
I don't know. I feel like
I've
everybody's
experienced more racism from
equally
Asians.
racist to everybody, bro.
From Asians.
Yeah.
I think the people I've experienced most racism from, just me on a personal note, growing up, blacks.
Yeah.
I've experienced more racism from blacks. And I mean,
But
because I grew up with a lot of blacks, half of the time, like, I was able to distinguish. I mean, I hate to say it, but the culture can be a little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
In a fun way.
Yeah,
But it
that's
can be a
what I'm
little
saying.
aggressive, and I think a lot of people aren't used to that. And I think
Yeah.
why a lot of people...
They're seeing it from an outside.
Yeah, they're seeing it from an outside perspective, and they think, man, like, this black kid's acting aggressive. It's like, nah, he's just...
We're just playing around.
he's
That's
just
what
playing around,
we roast on
bro.
each other.
He's
Like, we
just
just
playing around, but...
That's what I feel. That's what I feel like it is with German. Like, I mean, I don't know. That is kind of offensive though.
I
Like,
feel like
with the
calling it
virus.
coronavirus.
Well, now with the
Dunking on
virus,
it,
yeah, coronavirus, yeah, like that seems kind of messed up.
I would have laughed, bro. If I was on the court.
Because that would make it like generalizing him to like a whole specific of people.
But it wasn't messed up when Trump said it, right?
Well, that's the thing is that it was.
There you go. Shows you how.
I think it was wrong, but I really don't see it that bad.
That nobody took it that serious. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. After
Like, if Jeremy Lin...
like I wasn't talking, bro. No, it's fine. Nah, it's fine.
Like if Jeremy Lin would have dunked on one of like the black basketball players and be like Section 8, like I would think that'd be funny. Like,
yeah. Yeah, because that's that would be trash talk. That'd be like, you know,
stereotypical, but trash talk.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I mean, yeah. That's trash talk in sports.
I just think with a lot of things, and not just sports, but you just I hate where things are nowadays where you can't talk about most things. You gotta watch what you say about most things.
What do you think?
Y'all get mad at me for talking about most.
Yeah, get mad at you.
Well, because like you gotta draw a line at some point.
As we're going with this stupid crap and this stupid generation, but later on we're not going to be able to drive straight because that's offensive to someone. It's going to get to that point.
You are part of that generation.
Do I act like that part of the generation? I don't act like them.
Speaking of that, what generation are you? You're
Z.
Z, right? You're Z?
I'm 97. So I'm in like between.
No,
Because
you're Z.
I'm Z.
But
But
96
I
is
think
millennial.
but
I
since I'm
97 is Z.
Mexican, we're like a generation behind. So we grew up.
No.
I don't know. I'm not Z. I don't.
What
think
they say about-
I think
Z.
late millennials are still millennials. I think really early Zs can still be millennials.
I consider Z like Z
I
from
think
like
we're all people.
we're 2000. But they're different thoughts though. They're
That's
different.
the man.
I think he's gay.
That's the man of the room.
I think
It's
like
different.
He's the bigger man.
A little bit.
And like I think the reason why it changes is like the accessibility to the internet, like how.
Media has ruined everything.
It's so stupid, bro. So, I was just talking to somebody about that the other day, like cyberbullying, and that one man was like, "Bro, just
Turn it off.
Turn it off."
Just sign out.
I don't
Sign
get
out.
it, bro. I don't get how someone can get cyberbullied.
Somebody on the internet could never hurt my feelings.
Just delete the app, bro.
Ever, bro.
Like I've seen some people post like they just get roasted like online. I'm like, dang, like, but I like maybe I
They be asking for it, bro.
kind of.
Well, because they said that the excuse is because you can't expect somebody to stay away from technology nowadays because nowadays it's part of our lives. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but we're talking about like social media. We're not talking about technology itself. They're just like, you can't expect somebody to stay away from their phone. You can't expect somebody to be like, well, yeah, but still don't be like on YouTube.
Do you think kids nowadays should have social media?
No. At a certain age, I feel like you should. But whenever you're 4, what the heck are y'all
Yeah,
doing,
or
bro?
like
Let your kid
at
play
that-
outside. You know what I'm saying?
What's the age limit to having social media now?
Well, social media, yeah.
Social media, I wouldn't allow my child to have social media until their last couple years of high school. Social media,
But
not
they're not
until
gonna be
their
able
last
to
couple
contact their
years.
friends in middle school
They'll
and
still
high
find a
school.
way. See, that's the thing. Because you think like,
That's
they're
worse,
gonna be
though.
left out the loop. They're gonna find ways to do
That's
it. and
worse.
They're gonna find ways to do it, but they're gonna find ways that are gonna be more healthier than social media.
I don't
Going
think
buying
my
stuff outside
opinion.
your house.
That sounds
No,
strict.
text-
Like back in the days.
Stuff like that. I think social media is. I don't think, in my opinion, I wouldn't allow my kids until they're like 15,
Well, because
16.
is
Then,
texting considered not social media, right? Texting
No,
and calling,
no.
so yeah, they can still
Text,
have a phone,
call your
just
friends.
not
You want to
social
go over? Y'all want to meet somewhere? Cool.
Oh, that's
no social media.
Yeah.
It's not- Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the end of high school seems like too far to me, but yeah, it's still somewhere like in freshman year.
Like, why does
sophomore
in
year.
my opinion, why does a middle schooler need a page?
Yeah,
not
they don't
not
need
social
it.
media.
That's the
now,
page.
yeah, social media now.
But like I feel like now, I don't.
I feel like it's normalized.
Yeah.
Normalized.
Some
Like
of the
middle
funniest-
schoolers have it, and like. Well, I mean, I was like 13 and had like a MySpace page. Was it?
Yeah. Some of the funniest people on TikTok are those little kids. There be some little kid like, and you can tell they're like 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. They be funny. They be
roasted.
voiceover it.
They be scoring on their parents too. Like,
Do you think TikTok is a social media? Do you consider that?
Is that
If you're
even
gonna
a
post,
place?
yeah. If my kid wanted a TikTok just to watch videos, I'd be like, whatever.
I mean,
But if
it's
you're gonna be
social
posting,
media
no.
overall because it's being social
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah.
Social media.
But I think in me there's a difference. Cause I mean, then
YouTube
then,
is
yeah,
also
yeah, you could
social
call
media.
YouTube social media.
Yeah,
you can
because
comment.
it's being
I
social.
wouldn't. I think social media for me is posting yourself, posting your info,
Posts.
a page about you,
Okay.
stuff like that. If you want to comment on something,
Like
whatever.
You're being
TikTok.
social.
Yeah.
On
I get-
media.
I get that, but I don't
Social
call,
media.
I don't consider that social media. I consider
It's right
I
there,
consider that entertainment. I consider that entertainment.
Brother, like
More
Jordan said.
entertainment. So it's more like, okay, like Facebook. I mean, they have Facebook has that YouTube thing. You can just go on. They have like YouTube, and Instagram has the reels.
What about it?
You know,
You consider? Will that be considered entertainment too?
yeah.
It
Yeah,
is,
well, look,
bro.
so look, the reason I would want to keep
You
my kids
asking
away from
questions
social
that are
media
obvious.
isn't because they're gonna be seeing what's on there.
And you can message
I
each
wouldn't
other.
want my kids to be posting
Posting
stuff
stuff from
about
the
themselves, about
family.
their info, about their family, because I feel like no,
That's-
you're too
that's-
young. Nobody cares.
They should be bringing that information.
Even whenever you're grown, nobody cares what you post, bro.
Facts.
Nobody cares. Stop
Facts.
posting your music, Daniel. No, I'm kidding. He do be having some.
Yeah,
questionable
sometimes they
music
post
taste.
some songs and they be, I don't care.
I mean, I don't do it for y'all. That's my page. I do it like I just.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we
so
care.
yeah, you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like if a 13-year-old's like, I don't do it for the, shut up. You don't get
you
that.
do it for the clown.
Would you let your kids play video games? I know because that would be like that was most of my.
I would,
childhood,
not
'cause-
online though.
Not online.
Not online.
No, why not?
Most games not online.
Why
Because
not?
I know little kids, especially on GTA. When I get online,
That's
it's
where they-
always the lobbies. You know how you go through. There's always little kids there yelling.
Yeah, but that's why you don't buy your kids GTA. You
Yeah.
buy them Spyro. You buy them
Yeah.
Call
Big
of
Little
Duty,
That's what
Planet.
I'm saying. And some of those games you can play online. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Not
Oh, no.
most games I wouldn't let them play online. But I remember my dad broke my GTA Vice City game. When I was
Oh
young.
no!
He walked in on
The
me.
loading
in
screen.
the strip club.
No, he walked in on me and I was literally on the roof sniping people's
Oh.
heads off. And you remember those older ones, like as soon as you click it, their head just disappeared and it was
Yeah.
like blood squirting out. He saw me doing that. He's like, "What is this?" Took it, snapped it, put it on the roof.
We used to. I mean, we
Still
played.
there.
We used to play video games. I played video games my whole life, pretty
I don't
much.
think we ever had restrictions.
We had when we were kids. We had play with my mom. I think came to the United States and came back with a PlayStation 1 when we were kids, and we used to play Spider-Man. Yeah, then we bought the Xbox, we bought Turok, and then we bought GTA. We were young kids too, but I don't think at that time we had.
The taxi.
I
GTA
don't
3.
think, yeah, like bad games like that. If my child is way too little, I wouldn't. Maybe when my child gets like 14, 15, I would be more okay with that than online games. And the reason you say y'all had like less restrictions is because online,
Yeah.
and same thing for me.
Yeah.
The online,
It's
it
so-
wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, well, like, so you would let him play like Rocket League and Fall Guys and like, what kind of games?
No,
would you play?
just because they're online. They're fun and they're
Why?
kiddie, but because if he meets a certain person on there,
He doesn't have.
He's
to
gonna
talk.
fall in love and get catfished.
No,
that's
but
why you
just talk to
mute
random
their-
strangers. And
I mean, that's why you move their settings for them
no,
beforehand.
but I'm like them being able to even talk to my kids.
Until what age, you said?
But I feel like if you, I don't know.
Once they turn 16, I would let them. Once they
To
turn
play online?
16, yeah, which is what, junior? Like, dang, you know.
Yeah.
I think
Most of
once
the
they hit
stuff
high
you already
school,
learned by now.
Sophomores.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I
'cause
think
I'm
by
pretty
high
sure.
school,
I'm pretty
they
sure you can
know.
have that conversation with your kid.
By 14, I wouldn't.
And but
14's high school.
but
yeah.
the thing I'm trying to go is like the kids nowadays. I feel like more advanced now with technology. Than,
Well,
like they're more
for
open.
sure.
They're open more to like more people, more information out there. Especially like because little kids now I notice they all have TikToks and they all like are open to all this information. So I'm like, Why they would be more comfortable playing online?
No, there's
I would
still gonna
rather-
be toxic.
I would rather my kid be left out and be a little weird and be late to catch on to certain things than to be knowledgeable in a lot more different things, but also be more exposed to a lot of people's opinions and stuff on social medias and stuff like that. To where
You'd rather not deal with his bad face when he's a kid than you'd rather him get out of the house and then deal with it out of the house.
Well, I mean, once he gets to a certain age in the house, I feel like I'll be less filtered because once my child will get like 15 or 16, I'll be like, most of the stuff you probably already learned.
Yeah.
But I would have rather you learned it like that than you have been exposed fully and we'd be like, hey, you're gonna learn that anyway. I want to feel at least like I did some part of my job as a parent to try and filter.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you look at it, most our parents, they're great parents, but they didn't filter everything.
Yeah.
They didn't. We still find ways to get certain things, and I think that's how my kids are gonna be too.
I think that happened is because they didn't have much
Trust.
communication and trust with us, and so we did our things our way, and now they're like, why are you doing that? Like, bro, you didn't talk to me about it, so I had to learn myself.
But I think
Parents take a big responsibility on what their kid does.
But I think it's. Well, I know for us it was like a big cultural like shock because we come from a different like country, different culture, different way of doing things, and then we come to a new place and it's like completely different. It's a new like
iPhone.
Yeah, and it's like, and especially now in a country that's like developing faster technology that we probably wouldn't even had in like Mexico. Like I think it was just different for our parents to know, especially because they had to like work too. They have to work and they have to learn this culture and then teach it to us.
America has no culture.
It's different though. You gotta be soulless. You gotta learn how to be soulless.
I kind of like America's culture. I feel like America just took a little bit from everybody else's culture. I feel like America is just getting a bit of every culture, but
Not the soul of it.
kind of watered down.
Yeah, like
And I'm okay with that.
I feel like the OG culture of America is like the Native Americans, and white people came and washed that down. They're like, that's not it, bro. We were here first. We were here first, so that's not it. And they just grabbed.
Chief.
So yeah, just grabbed like from everything, from everybody. And
Stop.
You got it.
It's getting tired.
No, but I get that like with America, like I feel like they took ideas from other cultures, but like not the soul of it, you know.
I'm
Like
okay with
sometimes,
that.
yeah, like,
I'm okay with that. Yeah, like when you talk about like American food, like now I see it more like
Mac and cheese.
like like Chinese buffets. I consider that American because that's not real.
Yeah,
Chinese.
yeah.
It's copied off Taco Bell. I consider that American.
Yeah,
Like Taco Cabana, I consider that American.
I'll share with that.
KFC and Popeyes that can be labeled more soul food. I consider that American, even though soul food is American.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was inspired by
Olive Garden,
Americans soul food. That's some difference over there.
African-Americans, yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, they're Americans.
I love soul food. It's hard to
That's
find
American
soul
food?
though.
I haven't had good soul food. I don't think I've been to a good soul food place. We should talk about comedies, movies.
Hey, what were you bringing up about Biden? Did they pass the
Oh.
1400?
Yeah, they finally passed. The Senate finally passed. I think all day yesterday they spent.
I'm going to the mall.
Well, they went like they spent all day, all
We
night
get money?
voting. Actually, and there was this one lady. I hopefully you can put the video up. Was that one
That's
girl?
good, but different.
Simona. What was her name? Simona or Simone? I don't know. One of the senators, like Republican, that voted no against the minimum wage too. She was dressed in she was dressed all preppy, and then she was like, no, and then walked away with her coffee in hand, like for the minimum wage to be $15, and it was like, bro, like what the crap? Like people are trying to make a living, and you just like here with your coffee and purse, like nothing.
You know what they said whenever they passed the bill thingy about the $1,400? They were like, nah, bro, these people, with that money that they're gonna get, they're gonna quit their jobs. They're not gonna do anything no more because that's a lot of money, bro.
Mitch
Like,
McConnell
bro,
said that. He's like, once they get this
the old dude,
$1,400,
the dying dude.
Bro,
Yeah,
by
Mitch
the time once that hits my account,
quit
by
my
the
job.
time I look at my account to see how much I have left, I'm probably gonna have like $250. I'm gonna spend that.
That money's
But
going
they
away.
finally passed that bill. I think this morning. The Senate finally passed it. So now they just.
Does it have to go somewhere else, or it's set?
Well, after that, they already passed.
He
They already
starving.
passed it passed House and the Senate. So now Biden has to sign it, and then it should be good.
Biden. Put them all.
Where my money?
Where my mind?
Where it
buddy?
all?
Yeah, where my money? Come on, Stimmy.
Somebody don't give me my freaking money.
That boy Biden gonna die.
FBI. Who is you? The FBI?
Nah, bro, I don't care, bro.
It's live, bro.
Okay,
It's live.
He ain't done nothing that he said he was gonna do.
Oh, live?
And I mean, I knew you weren't. But come on, bro. Give me something.
Bro. And then every week he posts on Twitter, it's like 1 week closer to getting things done. I was like, no, you know, it's been 2 months. You haven't done anything.
Biden's the type of dude that wake up, post on Twitter, rise and grind, and go back to sleep.
Oh, yeah, that boy Biden. He need to wake up.
We wanted Bernie. Dang it.
We wanted, and then Bernie was the main ones. The Democrats didn't pass the minimum wage. The student loan ain't forgiven. Unemployment went down.
We still ain't get the check.
Unemployment check. No stimmy check.
The only thing Biden's done that interests me, he held off the student loans until September. That's it. He still hasn't forgiven any of it. He still ain't got no stimmies.
He's sending strikes to
Syria.
We know Biden.
Biden need to wait. Biden need to go.
Has he done anything for Black Lives yet?
They said they passed the.
Couldn't be me, though.
They passed that George Floyd bill that like restrained officers from like certain like holes or whatever. Like there'd be more policing to them.
tactics?
Yeah.
There were already laws in place for those
Well,
holes.
yeah, but they're adding more apparently, and then but the thing
That's-
is, they're adding more funding so that they can have more training. Which
No,
is like
screw that,
billions,
bro.
like
Training
100
doesn't
something
go
They
with
billion.
lost the whole thing out.
So it's like it's pointless the bill that they came out. But that's
The problem isn't the officers that are coming in; it's the officers that are already
Training.
there,
Yeah.
bro.
The people that are hiring, bro. What are y'all? Hey, it's annoying, dude.
Bro, like they don't know what's going. Like they know what we want, but they just give us a round. Nothing's getting done.
Just fucking bang.
Whoa. Dang, dog. That's crazy.
Speaking of what we want,
What would you do?
Wait, what do you want?
what do we want?
Pause.
What do we? Yeah, that's what we want.
Pie.
Pause. Pause.
What do we want?
American Pie.
Pie.
You seen American Pie?
I
American
saw a little bit of one. I didn't think it was funny.
Yeah, nah, it was stupid. It
But I
was
saw it years
I
ago.
haven't seen them. I was going through Hulu and I was like trying to find a good movie, but
Sergio,
Yes.
what you mean by the government changing on
Huh?
the notes you did later?
Oh,
What
I
you mean
think
by
like
that?
people like Trump being in office.
yeah. Well, cause I was gonna bring up like whenever we're talking about the mandates about the masks and stuff, how Texas no longer is requiring masks.
Oh,
And I was wondering like how do you guys see? Cause now celebrities are also talking about like becoming into government, not necessarily president or but rather like the
Being
governor and all that nonsense. Yeah, so being involved.
It's been slowly getting going.
Yeah,
there.
so that's what I was wondering because I know like back in the day we had like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Who?
And what's his name? The Hulk, not Hulk guy. What's his name?
Kane.
Kane?
The wrestler.
Kane became a governor.
Well, the other wrestler, the yellow hair, blonde hair guy.
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Really?
I did
He
say
became?
Hulk. He was. I
Brother.
think before or after he was
But it's
in
just
government too. So that's what I'm wondering. Like,
Politician?
yeah, he was in government, but I don't know exactly where. But
Wait, which Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan, the wrestler.
American Hulk Hogan or NWO Hulk Hogan?
Who that?
NWO was the one with the black bandana. You do that every time.
I don't know. All I know is that like anyways, celebrities being in government. So it's like now Will Smith is one that said that he's trying to, and The Rock is also said that they're trying to.
They're smart,
So
informed
it's
men,
like-
though, so I'm not mad at them.
Would you rather have like somebody celebrity type or have the politicians that you have now who are just hush hush and then say one thing and then do another thing, or celebrities who you kind of know their life or who they are or whatnot, and
Honestly?
and government?
honestly, to get a little change, I wouldn't be mad at certain celebrities like Will Smith. Very informed, very smart man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him. Trying out.
something.
Maybe not like for president. For like certain spots. And the reason being because for years and years and years, most politicians that have been in there for so long have figured out the game and know it's all lies.
Yeah, that's what
All I gotta do is lie and just, make sure I maintain my votes and this and that. And I feel like a little bit of change that would be brought by like Will Smith or The Rock would be like they're not fully corrupted into politics.
Yeah,
they might be a little corrupted when it comes to like entertainment in Hollywood.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, but with politics, they're not fully corrupted. So I mean, maybe something can change. Maybe it wouldn't.
Because
why not?
Because now you notice now, especially with like Trump office and stuff, you notice now that it's actual people in politics. Like they're not smart. They're not smarter. They're not like wiser. They haven't like gone through more trials and that. It's just people who just follow a lead like. Just anything that comes up.
Who follow the agenda of the government.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, so it's really not, they're not making a difference now. They're just following the blind.
Things that they're told.
And for a celebrity, I think that would be more like famous and more like.
That'd be more.
Put into the test to be like, hey, you're supposed to do this, which I don't know.
And people for some reason listen more to celebs now. They're like, oh, Justin Bieber said this, let me do it.
Yeah, because, I mean, celebrities don't have followers. Then, politicians don't really have, Trumpers, but...
Yeah. And, like, you see more and more celebrities talking about, like, political issues, well, like, recently more.
Ever since Trump came in office.
Yeah. But that's always been the issue, though. Like, celebrities always been in, like, politics, though. Because that wasn't, Kennedy, wasn't he married? Or, like, his brother?
Wow. I mean, wasn't he on SNL or something? No.
I don't know.
But
yeah,
brother.
Kennedy was like in show business.
Yeah, so dancing.
Ronald Reagan too.
Do you think now it's gonna be more acceptable? Like Steve Lewis said, he's more willing to accept like.
Yeah, it
depends on the
slowly,
person.
Surely, and it'll be getting there. I think it's gonna start with, some of the more informed people, and I think we're gonna evolve and get into an age where literally like stupid celebrities are going for it, and we're just like, hey, why not?
Kanye.
Well,
I think Oprah said she was gonna run too, or something. There was fake. I don't know. There was like rumors.
Well, because whenever they were running for president, but now they're talking more like into the branches and stuff instead of just presidents. And they're like, oh, that's interesting. Like, yeah, they're.
So what's your take on this? Do you think that should be allowed? Like.
I think it's better for us to know who's going into prior.
But the thing with those is that since they're actors, they're really just playing.
They're actors.
Yeah, you don't fully know them. Yeah, I feel like there's some maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
At least like people like Will Smith and Dwayne, The Rock Johnson seem a little like you've seen enough of them, so much of them to where you're able to piece out a little bit of their personality.
They seem a bit more human.
Yeah, like somebody you haven't been able, like for example, Chadwick Boseman, who just passed away. Yeah. I can't say that I know much about him, that I knew much about him other than his roles. Just because he wasn't in the spotlight that long. But yeah,
like Will Smith. I mean, he was since like the Prince of Bel-Air. Since he was like he was 20 or like he was still young, like in his teens or whatever. And even now, and then now he's like 40 something. Like we've seen his whole life, and I think we've all seen pretty much like a lot of interviews beforehand. And I think he was like big in Mexico too. Like he did a couple interviews that you could see a little more.
And then also, I mean, you've seen them in the spotlights whenever they were in the bad, like they were struggling, or people just talking crap about them, because of being celebrities.
Yeah.
So, it's like people talking
about the Will and Jada.
Entanglement.
Oh, dog. Would you let that be your president though? Someone who let entanglement?
Somebody who let their wife be entangled.
Hey. I wouldn't be okay with Jada being the first lady. I think Jada's just as bad as a politician.
That makes sense.
She lies and like she tries so hard to make herself seem like
She better than she not.
Yeah, like she's better, like she's smarter, like she's so much more woke.
And I think that once in that position, she's gonna want to be even more and try to take over.
Have more entanglement.
Yeah.
We're Russia.
Oh,
what we gonna do about it? America.
Entanglement, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
You bombed Russia.
Oh, it was an entanglement.
Man. No, man. Well, speaking of whether
Russia.
we would rather have celebrities or politicians, let's get into our would you rather's. Who likes that?
That transition.
I'm gonna aim mine first. I have one. I'll ask Caesar. I haven't done Caesar. Thank you. So Caesar, would you rather? Would you rather every single time you sneeze, you become invisible for up to a week? So the longest you'll be invisible is a week. And you don't know when you're coming back. It could be in 5 minutes, it could be in 3 days, but it won't ever be longer than a week. So every time you sneeze, you turn invisible for up to a week. Or every single time you fart, you're teleported to some random place in the U.S. And not in the U.S., in the world, sorry.
I say fart, because if I want to be somewhere else, I just hit one up. I'm somewhere else.
It's
Maybe I
gonna be
like it.
Dude, you're taking a
maybe I
dump and you're gonna be in the middle
don't
of
like it.
nowhere.
Just think of that.
Just then he was like, oh my god. I did not think about that.
You think it's fart, and now you're in the room with somebody taking a dump. And he's speaking like Slovenian.
I'll be okay with that.
You're in the middle of China, bro. You fart, you're in a China restroom with somebody taking a dump.
And in China, they got it on the floor. And they poop like this.
Hey, you racism back again.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, bro, fart, bro, because a fart, I can always hold it in. A sneeze is harder to hold it in.
I think a sneeze is easier to hold in.
I think
You've ever held a sneeze before, bro? That thing hurts.
That's when like you made up in your mind, I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna hold it in. But if you're about to sneeze,
does
you
that?
just start yelling.
Who does that though? Who's like, I'm about to sneeze, I'm not gonna sneeze. Bro, just let it
No,
go.
because when you're sneezing, you're wanting it to, you're gonna accept it to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you're
Like
ever
in
in a
that case?
situation where you're like about to sneeze, just start yelling. Just get up and start yelling.
Hey, bro, who
It'll go
farted?
away. You'll be like, what?
Someone farted, bro.
It didn't work.
No, but like
Was it you?
you fart a lot. Like people fart a lot more often than they sneeze. Like a lot more often. Like
In the middle of the night, dog.
Yeah, look, waking up and
you're gonna be in the middle of a lot of places a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
And it'll be random. You won't be able to, like, you'll have to figure out how you get back. You might be in the middle of work, like, hey man, how can I?
I'm not working no more.
Ceiling.
I'll tell you something, bro. I don't need to buy any more airplane tickets.
But would
So I'm
you ever
straight.
be able to get back? Like,
Well, how you
once
You'll be
fart,
able to get
like,
back, but like, you'll be able to get back, but I mean,
I'll
you'll
steal
have
food,
to.
I fart, I'm gone.
He's like, I don't have to buy any more tickets. He's like, I ain't gonna buy food. He's like, I'm at work. I ain't gonna buy food.
I steal food, I fart, and I'm gone, bro. Same thing with the bank.
Who thinks about that?
What was that? Go eat some beans. Eat beans. He in the middle of the bank, eating some beans, waiting on the cops.
I grab food, I fart, I'm gone.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Nobody can stop me at that
He's
point.
like, I thought about this, bro.
But then you could do the same thing sneezing. I mean, you could
Turn
go
invisible.
still and then
Yeah, but I
sneeze,
still won't see the things in my
like
hand.
poke your
No, I'll
nose.
just be like, and then just, and you're out.
Lay off the drugs, bro.
You're gonna have to, like, wherever you have to, let's say up in Australia, you're gonna have to figure out how to get back.
Yeah.
Fart again?
But then there's
Where
a
you gonna
thing.
go?
You're not guaranteed to come back to the
Oh,
US.
well, I'm gonna keep
See,
farting.
so I don't think you would ever come back. Like,
I wouldn't mind not coming back.
if right now you were to fart and be in Florida right now, you wouldn't be able to get back. You have no money, you have
Straight.
no
I'm
car,
telling
no like. And then you got one you got life, you got girlfriend, your mom ain't gonna miss you.
My car better, yours. My drip better, my swag better, my shoes better.
I'm straight with that, bro. I'm straight. I don't care if I come back or not. I just want to see the world,
So you're gonna fart.
travel
to
for
do it.
free, and fart by doing it. If I'm
Really
hungry,
fart.
get this
Pepto Bismol.
What if you end up teleporting somewhere you're not supposed to be? Like you
Like-
fart and you're like, boom, you appear like
It
right
goes
in
like-
the middle of like mafia members like confronting each other, or in the middle of a drug deal.
My man has to get out by 40. He has to get out of there by 40.
Doodles and Doodle in one word. It has to be fart.
And you don't even teleport like that. You like dissolve into the air.
What'd you do in those situations? You end up somewhere you have no business being.
An island.
I'll figure it out when I'm there. I'll only tell you that right now. I mean, I don't know.
What if you fall in love?
I fall in love. And then I fart and then
Out. Deuces.
we out.
I don't think
If she has a kid.
Because
Your mama.
you fart at least once a day. So every day you're going to be traveling.
Do you fart at least once a day?
I don't know. I don't keep
Pretty-
up.
I thought about it. I thought about it.
That's
Most
one.
people
I mean,
fart
I'm
every day.
pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure people fart at least once a day.
You do be pooping though. Do you poop at least once a day?
Anyway, that's enough.
You got
That's
one?
enough for me, bro. That's enough for me.
I got one. I got one for
Wait,
you.
he hasn't picked, did he?
No,
Yeah, he
thank
said the poop farting.
Yeah, he said fart.
I got one for Ocho.
Why is that mean?
All
I
right.
don't want any questions. No.
Or
All
your mama.
right. No.
Everyone in Sergio's questions from now on is gonna be or your mama
mama
died. I want to see how far my man goes for his mom.
That's it,
I want to see him do it for Lil Saint.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask Louis because he might have a little more thought into it. Would you rather be, let's say, out of nowhere right now? Right now, your age, what you have on right now? Would you rather be teleported 50 years into the future or 50 years into the past?
Oh, you mother.
All right. So now we're in 2020. So 50 years in the past would be 1970s,
Dang.
and then 50 years
Woodstock.
in the future is 2070. No. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, 2070.
2070. Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
It's 2071.
2071 or 1971?
Yeah.
Everything I have on me right now, I don't
What you
got
got
my
on?
wallet. Can I go get my wallet? real quick?
No.
Alright, now
Oh yeah.
this won't work though.
In the future, 50
In
years
the past, I
In
don't
the
think
past,
so.
it won't.
Oh, in the past, maybe not.
Okay, I can have my wallet and my car keys.
Yeah, but they're gonna think you God with that cell phone. Like, look, bro. Big just like your mama, right?
I got your mama's OnlyFans right now. What you know? This your grandmama. What you know?
It's gonna be mind blown, bro.
He's gonna be like, hey, yo, my guy. I'm finished.
Bro.
Right now.
Oh, God.
I got it. I got it like that. Yo. I got fixed it.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
It's your mama right now.
Oh,
God. Bro.
Wait, that's when I'm in the past. See your mama right now. Stop playing with me, yo. Pictures of Lil Rodney style. Oh my God.
So what would you rather be?
Jesus.
50,
50 years in the past, and
2070, 1970s.
I gotta live out the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So it's the 70s. I gotta think of the major things that have happened since 70s. Like the big things. 9/11.
Big Bang
I could
Theory.
probably stop that.
You feel different, bro.
I can probably stop that. He'd be like, yo, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
And Bush.
Yeah, but watch your jet, bro.
On me.
On me. He's building. He's one, bro. He's one.
No, but 9/11, I'd be able to stop that.
How?
Coco Melon, I could stop that.
Daniel's birth. You did that. Hey, bro.
Oh my God.
Come on, bro.
I would go into the past. I'll go into the past, but it has a lot of reasons. For one, there's a lot of things I can stop. I can invent. I can give ideas to. I could probably make a huge better life for me. A much better life for me.
What would you invent? Was one of the main things, okay, right now that you would think in today's life that you would be like, that's a good idea that I want to.
Internet.
I think that happened in the 60s.
Dang. MySpace. Hey, yo,
Tom, I'm coming to your dorm, bro.
No, there's a lot of things. I can start up ideas for like Amazon,
Microsoft.
probably Microsoft. I can probably start helping out a lot more black people back then.
Why not me? Why not my kind?
Well, I mean, that's when it was like civil rights, right? The civil rights were like 1960s.
Yeah. But
That's when the
I think there's a lot of stuff I can do in the past. I can make stuff a lot better in the past. And there were simpler times. There were a lot simpler times. So I think life would be easier. Then in the future, I don't know. Because imagine
the
70s compared to now, right?
Segregation. You're living in Texas. That's South.
I'm moving. But okay, so think of the 70s compared to now and how things are different. Now think of that between now and 2070. How much different things would be. I have no idea. We might be in an apocalypse by then. I have no idea. Jesus could have came back by then. I'm gonna teleport and be like, it's just me.
Yeah.
Only man.
I am legend.
You want to say?
I have no idea. I mean, things could be a lot worse. Maybe they're a lot better. But the fact that I'm factoring in the complete unknown, I'd rather go back
to something you're at least familiar to.
Yeah, I'll definitely go back. Look, bro, bitch, your mama.
Right
now, bro. I'm God.
Nah,
bro, they're gonna worship.
Alright, well.
There's a lot of serial killers. Ted Bundy, Dahmer, 70s. A lot of stuff going on right there. You get caught up on.
I can link up with Bundy. Bundy to stop him.
Oh, okay. To stop him.
I can help you with that car if you need me to. I can give you a job.
Well, damn.
What?
Would you rather have free stimulus, like a free stimmy every month of $500?
$500 a month?
$500 a month, free stimmy.
Or
would you like $1,000 worth of food for that month?
$1,000 worth of food for that month. I don't know. I mean, the $500 a month, it doesn't seem that much, but I mean, it could cover bills. But it could cover, like gas, it could cover utility bills, pretty much. Utility bills, a little bit more expenses, but.
$1,000 worth of food, that's your whole food for the month, though.
Yeah. but it's like,
and then you can bank whatever money you would spend on that.
What do you mean?
Whatever money you would spend on food, you get to bank.
But like food, does that count as groceries, or is that like that counts as me going to Mickey D's?
No, yeah, you going out and stuff. It's just food. It's just
for a month.
You can only spend that money on food.
Yeah.
But then that would be fat.
Real quick, does it get to stockpile? Like if there's 300 left, does it roll over?
No, not on the food. On the money, you can because it's cash.
I'll take it cash. I'll take the cash.
Get the cash.
Because I'd rather pay. Because if I have like $1,000 a month for food, that's a lot. Well, for me, I think. And I feel like I'd be like just spending it a lot.
Flip that. Even if you don't use that.
For food, like specifically for food.
You can literally, because it's gonna be deposited in the card, I'm guessing, or something.
So you want me to buy stuff and then sell it?
No, you could like flip it to be like, hey, here's the money for food. Here's an EBT card.
Like the people at the gas station too.
It's $1,000 in here. Just give me $6.
Exactly.
We'll call it even. Nah, yeah, but I'll take the 500. Yeah, 500 that I could pay the utility bills and give me a little extra for savings, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you could just live your life as you're living now and then just have 500 extra. But then again, it would be the same thing with food too.
Yeah.
You just have free food.
Anytime I want, but I do be spending on food though.
I don't know.
That's my main.
That's what I said 1,000.
That's my main
I know
spending
I
is
spend
on
a lot of
food.
money.
But I need to go. I need to stop eating out. If I go on a diet, then that means I'm only.
If you were to cook inside your house,
Yeah. All right.
Sergio? You're left, right? You're the only one left?
I think so.
All right.
So
Would you... So would you rather be a survivor of a plane crash or let your mama down? Sorry, he told me to do it. No, that's not the real question. So stupid.
Oh, let your mama die.
Get a picture of your mama.
Right now.
Right now. On live?
Oh, alive.
No, okay, so would you rather be a survivor of a plane crash or a survivor of a serial killer? So which one would you rather pick?
So, am I the sole survivor of
You're
one?
the dude that survived. Like, bro, he's on the news, he's in the newspaper. We talking about this dude.
He's survived.
And his
Where
mom-
was I going in the plane?
I don't know.
You're going to Singapore.
You were going to your mama's house. With the picture.
Right now.
Stop from dying.
You were just flying and you guys crashed in a pretty empty land.
He's flying to his mom's house.
Private jet, bro.
I saw the picture, bro. I know she over there. But so the serial killer, he tried to kill me, but I just survived, or I just like what?
Got away.
You just survived a big old massacre.
Yeah, like he pretty much left me for dead, but I
Oh, like
survived.
a mass killing or a mass shooting? Or he survived like a 1v1?
Nah, you survived like a mass.
Oh, like
Like the type of with what's his face? The
Yeah.
Night Stalker type.
Oh, he's
survival.
survived.
Like that type of thing. What's his name?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Something
it, but I think it gets.
But like, there was people that survived Ted Bundy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's a serial killer. That's not a mass
That's a
murderer.
serial killer.
But he said that am I in a building with a bunch of people and then they all
It
get
just
killed?
happens, bro. It just happens. You in the store, they
That's
start
what I'm
killing
saying.
somebody.
So I'm with a lot of people
I'm
and then
confused.
they all die but me. Or is this person singling out different people, different times, different days, and then what kind of person is he?
I ain't thinking
He's
that
saying
far.
you're more like a mass shooting.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah, you a survivor of that or a plane crash? Either way, you're gonna be like some type of injured, but you
Well,
survive.
yeah, but it depends what situation I go through. But yeah, so if it's a mass shooting, I think that's more like, but then it's a plane crash.
Yeah, you fall from the sky.
Cause I was gonna think about the adrenaline rush that I would get, but both of them would be like
You gonna
pretty,
go at him.
pretty out there, you know what I mean? How close was I to shit now?
I'm not ready for these questions.
He's like, I didn't think it through. I just wanted to yes or no question, bro.
Come on.
You and your mama, bro. Who was it?
Why now?
Crap. I think if I wasn't to go to the news and all this nonsense, I think I would go with the plane.
Plane crash.
Yeah, because I think I would feel less guilty I would feel less guilty for surviving a plane crash than I would a mass shooting.
Do you feel it's your responsibility to stop the shooter then?
No, not the shooter, but maybe a person I see or something that happened, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that, could have, would have, should have.
When you're in a
The
plane
plane
crash,
is
you
just
can't
like-
do anything.
It's just a
Bro,
plane crash.
we all did, except for me.
But that's the same thing with the shooter though.
What's the same thing?
Yeah, but I said like I could prevent by doing even like I could put myself in front of whatever. Like I could have put my life in front of this other person, but like I mean it's just more regret, more thought going into it than in a plane crash, and you're just like, oh no, we're good. It's like a roller coaster. It's like the people. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say the people that slide in the eyes were.
So comedy movies.
Okay. Alright, let's get into our last segment, Mount Rushmore. Today we're going to be doing comedy movies. Our Mount Rushmore comedy. This is going to be hard because there's so many different movies and so many different kinds of comedy.
Yeah.
And this is going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of snubs. A lot of movies are going to get left out.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I'm pretty sure most of us have like a couple that we know, and we're probably winging the last couple.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way, because when you think of, okay, what are some of the funniest movies I've seen, the best ones are probably going to come to your head right away.
Yeah.
So let's start with Caesar. I'm going to go this way. What's your number one?
Well, for right now, it's not going to be ranked.
No, it's not ranked. It's
But-
just 4 is the top.
One of the 4, I'd say, Pineapple Express. Pretty funny movie. It has Seth Rogen and James Franco. Good movie to watch any day.
What's your favorite scene in the movie?
I'm already in the dumpster.
What's your favorite scene in that movie?
I don't think I have one. It's just a good movie. I just like the movie. How about you, Dan?
You don't have a favorite scene in that movie? When he's trying to like kick the windshield down and his foot just goes straight through.
When they
That's
remember
like
that
a
cop,
movie, bro.
it's very bad. You know what I'm talking about? The cop.
No.
He was arrested. Seth Rogen touching his butt. Oh, okay.
Nah, I don't remember that. Like the part where Seth Rogen tries to like destroy his phone. He's like, they could be tracking you.
The fight. The fight.
Oh, the fight in the house.
Yeah.
This ends now. He had
And the guy throws him on the boat.
He had a little hooker pistol.
Alright, Daniel.
My favorite movie is comedy movie. I don't know if y'all heard about it. It's called What We Do in the Shadows. It's an old movie. That's really funny.
How old is it?
It's not an old movie, but it's an indie movie. So
it's not funny.
that's pretty funny. Actually, and then the director of it became really famous and is directing the movie for Thor right now. So that's a funny movie about like vampires. and
That's
stuff.
crazy,
So-
bro. That's crazy.
That's in your top
That's
4?
bad. I'd say that's my top. Yeah, that is top. I'd say top 3.
It's gotta be good if he's put it.
It's pretty funny.
And if I'm gonna watch it.
He's
It's
not a
pretty
funny
funny.
dude.
And if it's,
It's
not,
pretty funny. It's like in a documentary style for like parody for vampires.
I don't know how that works.
It's funny.
I
Sounds
don't
like
see
trash.
it.
that
It's
sounds
pretty
like
funny.
trash. Alright. My number one. My number one I gotta put up there is Superbad.
Michael Jackson's a reason.
What?
Michael Jackson's Superbad. Oh, that movie is so bad, but it's so freaking funny. My best friend, my best friend that passed away a bunch of years ago, me and him would quote that movie all the time.
Wait, which one?
Superbad.
Superbad?
We would quote that movie all the time. All the time. That movie, so, yeah.
Now dance.
That's a full of I am the law. Now hold on. That movie's hilarious, bro. I love Superbad. I think that was the first time I saw what's his name? Jonah Hill. That's the first time I saw Jonah Hill, and he nailed that role. He killed that role. I love Superbad.
I am gonna have to go with Step Blues.
Step Brothers. That's a good one too.
Facts.
I used to quote that. That was back in 8th grade.
Beans.
Jeez.
Cool beans.
You call me Dragon.
Cool beans.
That's Hot Rod.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's
I was
Hot Rod.
thinking of Hot Fuzz, but yeah, that's my next one. Hot Fuzz.
Hafez. For me, Benchwarmers. That's to be my top movie, bro. Benchwarmers is so quotable, so freaking funny.
They got PlayStation home.
Yeah, PlayStation. Who the heck is that?
Richie was the funniest dude in that movie.
I never seen it.
Richie, right? Was it
Howie.
like the
It's Howie. It's his brother.
That's
No,
good.
no,
let's get this son.
Richie's when the guy told him, "You still missed?
Oh,
You're
Richie.
still fat." hilarious, bro.
I'm gonna go with Pineapple Express. That's a good movie. That's a good comedy movie. Good classic. Yep. No, the scene when they're about to go into the house, like, oh, I'm so excited, and they go into the house, and they goes, he's like, oh, food's still warm, and he's like, put his fish on, what are you doing?
I forgot
And
about that.
it skips, and they're in the car, like, everyone's getting in the car, like, what are you doing? Get out! We're going out. Like, oh yeah, this is smart.
Oh,
That's
so
what
warm.
with his hands all up in him.
Number 2, I gotta go with something more wholesome. I'm going with Nacho Libre. I could watch that movie anytime. It's still just funny. Jack Black was perfect. Like, he was always so, like, pause. He was so funny in that movie, bro. It was the one scene where the sister asked him, like, it's like 12 o'clock at night. And he's,
These are my BJ.
That movie's so funny, bro. Jack Black killed that. I think that's my favorite Jack Black movie.
Number 2 is Hot Fuzz. I don't know their names, but there's that Indian.
Nah, it's like a
Oh yeah. That's a good
First one
one.
was Step Bros.
Step Brothers.
Now Hot Fuzz. They have the other one, but I'm
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Both of them are pretty.
And they have another one that I saw yet.
Man.
It's a third one with those two guys. World's End. The World's End.
Anyway, my third one is gonna be Land of the Lost. That with Will Ferrell. And I keep forgetting his name. You haven't seen that movie? You gotta watch that movie, bro.
That's
that
a
movie's
classic,
fun, bro.
Will Ferrell. No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Will Ferrell and the other guy.
Chorizo taco, good. I don't know, we're saying chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry right now.
And he starts playing the banjo. He gets a mosquito in his bag. He's like, we're getting really tired, guys. Oh man.
That movie's a classic, bro. You should watch it, bro. It's funny.
Hey, Ollie, you should sit on this.
Land of the Lost.
That's a really good
We will
one.
cook and eat chocolate. Crap.
That's a
Watch
good
it, bro. It's a funny one. It's a classic.
We got a sex egg. He's going back and forth. The T-Rex is right behind him. Oh man, it's back to me.
Number 3.
Dang, I'm gonna go with Step Brothers. I used to quote that movie. Like, I used to watch that movie so much. Quote it. You'd be like, the scene when they're doing the interviews, and it's Seth Rogen's in that movie. I didn't really like. Is that ketchup? That's ketchup and onion. Yeah. He's like, I can taste that right now.
That movie is funny,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
I like Step Brothers. I wouldn't put it in my top 4. I like Step Brothers. Number 3 is another one me and my homie used to quote all the time too. I love this movie. Balls of Fury.
Facts.
I love that movie. Bro, that movie is
Man, this
so-
rescue sucks. You're doing great.
Oh, you do great. Boy. Who's in Panda? Panda's dead.
It was amazing, bro. Oh, it's so funny.
You still quote that one too. It is over for you, then, Tony.
I didn't know.
What's the name of that actor? Who is that? The main dude, the fat guy.
I don't know.
I
Oh,
don't even
it's
know who
funny.
he is.
How's everybody doing tonight?
I thought it was. Wasn't it Will Ferrell? That was.
No.
Nah.
It had George Lopez in it.
Yeah, I remember him.
Terry Crews is in it.
Oh, I forgot about that. I go,
I'm gonna go with Louis D with Superman as well.
too bad.
Superman, pretty
Dan
kid.
Folder.
He's got all these comedians, all that funny.
Wait, what'd you say?
Superman.
Too bad.
What's one of your favorite parts in it?
The cops when they're out there shooting and that shit. No, yeah, when they're racing the back of the cop out.
McLovin?
Yeah. Take him for the ride.
Guys, really fast. The guys are pretty good.
He does animate so good. He's fast. He's Biggest basket alive. It's like a Santa just like
With the thing.
Boy, stiff.
Was it? It's Timmy's little brother. It's Timmy's little brother.
oh, and he's
And
playing
they're
the guy
all
outside.
yeah, they're
The fourth one for me is 4 Spot, Scary Movie 4. These dudes don't like it. I don't know.
I think
They say it's not all
not-
that.
There's
Yeah,
at least
no,
2 other scary movies that are way better.
Scary Movie 3.
I
was-
can't tell me that's the best
Scary,
one.
wait, no, which one? No. Scary Movie 1 was the one with the Scream
Yeah.
parody, right? Nah, I think I like the first one. With
The second one's better.
Which one are you talking about?
which
The
was
one with Shaq with
Shaq and Dr. Phil in the beginning.
Shaq and as Kevin Hart. They talk about Black Cod, broke Black Mountain.
Nah, that's 3.
That's 3.
That's 4.
That's 3.
That's 3.
That's
That's
3.
3.
I swear it was 4.
Yeah, because him and
Bet.
they're talking about at the same time that they're making fun of 8 Mile,
Yeah.
and that white guy was in he was in the third one.
You're telling me I've been quoting the wrong movie the whole time?
Where he gets his head stuck in the bus and he's like, while he's driving
Wait, no.
up.
Scary Movie 3 was. Dog, I think I'm missing. Okay, so Scary Movie 1 was the Scream parody. Scary Movie 2 was that house.
Oh no, it is 3 then. I'm sorry. 3.
3 was.
Okay, then that's valid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we talk. Okay. We're on
But
the same
no,
page.
but Dr. Phil and Shaq were
Yeah,
in
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
one.
That's.
Dr. Phil and Shaq were the beginning of 4, but
Yeah.
3 is the one.
So which one's the one with the house? The haunted with the.
That's 2.
That's 2.
With the strong
With the guy with the
hand.
And they start roasting. They start roasting each other. Remember the guy with the wheelchair?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's funny. That was actually a funny movie. It's like the Two.
3's up there. 3's one.
Yeah.
3's hilarious.
Oh, Mary. Oh, my balls. And then bring balls. You know what I'm talking about? He's trying to hold the door. And he's like,
It's basketball.
yeah, and then he's like,
Oh,
bring
that's
stuff to hold.
2. That's not 3, is it?
That's 3. We just talked about it.
I don't know, but she
It's
turned up
3.
missing. How you turn up missing?
Yeah, that's 3.
That's
That's 3.
yeah.
That's 3.
Because they had the. It was funny start too with the funeral. They find the girl that comes out the screen.
Number 3, they're doing the Grudge. I think.
The Ring.
The Ring.
The Ring. It was the Ring.
Okay, yeah, now I know what you mean.
Because
But they did 8 Mile and the Ring. It was like a
Yeah, the
crossover.
black girl fought the
Ring.
chick.
Yeah, it's like, come on,
Because the flowers, like with the flowers.
oh, what's that lady's name? She's so.
I forget.
That's what's your 4th one?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Epic Movie. So we're talking about parodies. Epic Movie was a good movie.
Wow.
It was a parody of Narnia.
I've never seen it.
Oh man, but it was like a parody, but it wasn't just like, yeah, it was like a mixture of all.
Yeah, it was like a scary
a lot
movie
of
type
movies,
thing,
yeah. And they had like, yeah, they made fun of all the movies that were at the time.
Yeah, it was
Go
the
with
early
it.
2000s.
Yeah, it's Narnia. It was, I can turn into whatever you want. Oh, give me chicken wing. Big fat chicken wing. You're like, I'll scream for you.
Wait, so what were your 4?
My 4 were, damn, I forgot. Benchwarmers, Pineapple Express, Scary Movie 4, and Land Was Lost.
Okay. And
That's
your
pretty
4?
solid. Rating 3.
It was Pineapple Express, What We Do in the Shadows, which is a good movie. Also has a good show. It was a follow-up show, kind of like The Office. So if you like The Office, you'll like this one.
Cap.
Pineapple Express, What We Do in the Shadows, Step Brothers, and the Epic Movie, which is a good movie. Because they did it like Willy Wonka too, when they got the golden tickets.
I never.
And
watched
Kevin
it.
Hart was in it. He played like he was super white. He was
Kevin
like
Hart
a
was in
monk.
a lot of stuff back then.
I never seen it, bro.
It sounds funny though, low-key.
Back when all those movies were coming out, like the 40-Year-Old Virgin, Kevin Hart was always
Yeah.
playing those side roles.
He did good with those side roles.
He did really good. Okay.
And then you got
So
the big-
my 4 would be, it was Superbad, Nacho Libre, Balls of Fury, and last, also nostalgia. Me and my friend used to quote this movie all the time too, Kung Pao.
Kung
I
Pao.
got Kung Pao.
Forgot about
I mean,
that.
I'm the doctor, but I mean, I was a clean
Kung Pao.
Just left.
When they're all up
Wait,
he ever cussed.
It was just funny.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh, that's so cute.
That was okay.
Okay, so my four are Step Bros, Hot Fuzz, Super Bad, and
My nipples feel like Milk Duds.
Oh my god.
My nipples look like Milk Duds.
New Year. Oh, dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Okay, I'll go with
Oh my god. Blade.
Oh, what?
Laser.
Laser.
Blazer. Oh, I forgot about dodgeball, bro.
Bro,
There's so many good movies. There's so
Dodgeball's
many
so
good
funny.
comedic movies.
What was your four?
Yeah, that just said it.
Dodgeball.
I said it right before I did it.
Yeah, he said
I
Alphas,
forgot.
Super Bad.
No, what was your last one?
Oh, yeah.
Dodgeball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think you got four.
God, what's the name of that guy? The guy from Dodgeball, the guy from Global Gym?
Ben Stiller? Is it Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's
He-
freaking funny, bro.
He has a good.
Have y'all seen Zoolander?
It's him and Will Smith, right?
Huh?
Him and Will Smith?
Yeah.
He's like, I think there's like there was one scene, and then they're putting gas in the Jeep, and they start sprinkling water on gas on each other. I was like, yo, what's going on?
Ben Stiller was also the one with Don't Mess with the Zohan, right?
Yeah, Ben Stiller is going on.
The originator of the light skin face.
What is that? No.
What was that one movie where we would do the light skin face? Was that the Zohan or was that another movie?
I think it was Zoolander.
Was it Zoolander?
He was like,
No, where he'd always be like.
Ben
Stiller in the whole movie?
Oh, I think I knew which movie you're talking about.
That reminded me of God Almighty.
Bruce
the
Almighty.
Bruce Almighty where they do the anchorman like
Jim Carrey.
Oh my god, for him to
Anchorman. Anchorman was a good movie too.
Oh my
Dang,
god.
Who's driving the car? I don't know. We're having no cruise control. But you still have to.
Which movie am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Was it Don't Mess with the Zohan?
Yeah, man, it was.
The one where he's doing the light skin face, Ben Stiller?
I think it would be so. I think it was.
I remember him
The
doing
whole
the
movie.
light skin face, but I don't remember.
He was like a
which movie it
model.
was.
He was a model in the
I
movie.
think it was Zoolander.
Yeah, it was
Was it
Zoolander
Zoolander?
because
He's a model.
Zohan, I think, is the hairdresser guy.
He was a dress. Well, he was like this super, like he was a spy agent in like in the Middle East, and then came to the United States and was like.
He's a.
a nice dress.
No.
Oh.
But that's the best Stiller face, though. He does that in every movie.
So stupid. Alright, well, that concludes. We're going to do one last thing before we sign off, just so we can hold ourselves accountable to the weight loss challenge that we brought up earlier. We're all going to wear ourselves one by one. And
I already
I'll
weighed
write it
myself.
down. I'll write
Yeah,
it down.
that we were gonna do
No,
it
we
during
get-
the week, and I was gonna tell these guys to do it, but like I said, I was gonna wait for me to weigh myself, and then Lewis brought up that he had a scale. We forgot.
I already got my original weight down before I
Well,
started.
try it. If it's the same, then don't worry about it. If yours
Well,
is
I
higher-
doubt it.
How do I
If it's
know
higher,
he's saying he's telling the truth, though?
Because I weighed
you
myself.
could have taken a picture.
Bro, I have it on my notes right here.
But you do have a picture of it.
It was
Do you
193.
have it on 4K?
You want me to say it out loud? 193. Why would I go that high of number if I was lying?
Oh, weigh yourself. Let's see
Wait.
where it's at. Let's see where it's at.
What that?
Yeah, let's just see where it's
Okay,
at.
yeah,
I
193.
want to count it by where it's at right
Yeah,
now.
I also want to know. Do you have a previous like weight?
Plus, I mean, in the first week, you don't lose a lot anyway.
Woo.
So April 3rd?
Yeah, first Saturday.
You only want to do 1 month?
Yeah. Well, I mean, afterwards then we'll see.
Yeah, we only
but-
Okay, so the winner is gonna get to eat wherever they want, paid by the losers. That'll be a slight punishment for the losers. And then the dead last loser
Beats the
Reaper.
eats the pepper or the chip.
Both.
We'll come up with the punishment later. We're still kind of on the fence about the punishment, but there will be a punishment. All right, y'all. This has been Louis D, Ultra the Video Game, Daddy Mentally.
signing out.
What is it?
Mr. 305 and all.
We're out. Diner, we're talking about chicken.
Yeah.
We're ranking the chicken. Can you just say, oh, yeah, I get you, we'll do it later? Say that. What?
No, because we're still on the same topic about dieting, about our diets.
We're ranking our chicken.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's still about food, about diets, about you dieting
No, we
with
already
chicken.
changed the topic
Okay.
about that.
This is yeah, this
Let's
straight
go,
way
let's
too
go,
off.
nigga, yeah.
What I say?
Yeah, we're so just sit down, nigga.
Oh, but when you gotta go, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I thought you just left.